Currency insight by foreign exchange specialist Jonathan Russel. Asia subdued as they await US economic news. Overnight, the markets in Asia have been subdued as investors await significant US economic news. Chinese consumer price index inflation grew less than expected in May as consumption remained largely passive in the face of an uncertain economic recovery. As a result, to start today, GBP AUD has remained largely unchanged, having finished yesterday slightly over 1.92, while the pound has gained a small advantage versus NZD, heading towards 2.08. UK GDP unchanged in April. The recently released UK GDP figures for April revealed no change in output through the month. Significant declines in building and manufacturing production were countered by an unanticipated 0.2% increase in service output. The results indicated that although Q2 growth would be less than Q1 growth, it might still surpass Bank of England's projections for a 0.2% quarterly increase. US inflation predicts slowdown. The US will be the main focus of the remainder of today's schedule, with the Federal Reserve's most recent monetary policy statement and the May CPI report serving as the major data releases. Forecasts are for the US inflation figures to slow down to 0.2% in May from 0.3% in April. These results are not expected to allay worries that inflation is still too high for the US Federal Reserve to contemplate cutting interest rates in the foreseeable future. This evening's Federal Reserve's bank meeting is scheduled for 7 p.m. UK time. The forecasts are for the Fed to remain unchanged at 5.50%. While officials are still optimistic that inflation will return to goal, they have been taken aback by how stubborn it has been so far this year. The press conference following the meeting will be key to see if officials give any clues into how soon the Fed may act in cutting rates. For the time being, GBP USD remains steady at around 1.2750. Away from the US, yesterday the euro was put under pressure against its rivals following rumours that French President Macron might step down if his party lost the next parliamentary election. These rumours were later refuted. GBP euro will now look to consolidate above 1.18 while we await further news.